Okay, I think this is a pretty fun lesson because what you're doing here is learning how to do some of the things that you may see in games, like being able to track where the mouse goes over the screen, or being able to control actions on the screen based on using the keypad. So I actually got interested. I mean, this is part of a jQuery lesson, but I actually got interested in this because I'm designing something that's a little more gamey, and I wanted to see how to do it. So let's see what we're going to do here. We are going to do two things. One is we are going to figure out how to, when we press something on the keypad, to have the browser identify what key it is. And then, of course, if you can identify what key it is, then you can set up logic in your program to do different things based on what key is pressed. So here, I'm pressing the space bar, and I'm pressing the H key, and I'm pressing the F key, and I'm pressing the Y key, and I can do all that sort of thing. And you see here, I also set it up where, depending on what key I press, it changes the key press code right here. And then if I press one specific key, in this case spacebar, something different happens. So I have logic in there that says if the spacebar is pressed, then do this. And of course, right now all I did was change the background color of the div box, but I could have done anything. And we're going to try, I think we're going to take a little break here after this lesson and try to use these key presses and this mouse movement to do some interesting gaming type things so that you can get some really interactive, cool web apps. So that's one thing that we're going to do here. We're going to let the browser sense what key is pressed. There are some distinctions between using different events in JavaScript or in jQuery, and I'm going to show you that. So you can see on your assignment that you're going to use key press, but you're also going to test the differences between key press and key down. So those are the two lessons. And then the third thing that we're going to do, if you see I'm moving my mouse right now over this, what I'm calling a canvas, and you can see that this number changes. And this is the XY coordinates of the mouse. And so this is a way to track where the mouse is on the page. And there's lots of useful applications for that. But you can see here, actually this is, I see now that this is not on the canvas. It's when I'm over the canvas, but it's actually giving me the XY coordinates from the top of the page. So you can see right now I'm at what would be, if you think of this as the X coordinate, or the X axis, and then this going down as the Y axis, then what happens is as you get farther along the X axis, you can see this number gets the X right here. This is along the horizontal axis. That number gets bigger and bigger. And then if I go down this way, that number gets bigger and bigger. The second number gets bigger and bigger. And so if I was right here, in this case, I would be a 0, 0. But you can see here that it's actually, I'm 15 over from the side of the page, and I'm 94 down from the top of the page. All right, so we'll play around with that, but this is a good start with we just want to be able to track mouse locations anyway. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we're here at our base. This is where I'm starting you off. And what we want to do is have it be a situation where when somebody presses a key in our key press right here, we want that number to show up, whatever, or the code for that key to show up. So first off, we have to tell it what we're looking at. We want the key, the ID, key info, right? We remember how to do all this. And what we're going to do is keep a key press event, okay? So a key press event. When this key is pressed, we want to have it happen. Let me put in my good code here. You guys remember this, right? It's, all right, so key press, we want to run the function, and we want it to receive the event, which is the key press, okay? So right now we have our base logic, which is whatever, when I press this key, something's going to happen, okay? Or when I press a key within that info keypad, then I will something will happen. So all I really want to do here is I want to change the value of the show info div, and I want it to record show info. I want it to give me I want the code inside of those parentheses, or inside of that div tag, to be what was the key that was pressed. All right, so I'm just going to put in here, this is just for our label, key pressed was. And remember, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, I'm going to use a property event.which, okay? And that just basically, very simple, it says which key was pressed. All right, so because I'm sending in an event on the key press, and now this will just say, it'll go through the decoder, and it will say which key was pressed. So let's put a space in here just for aesthetics, make it look pretty. That looks good to me. Tell me if you see anything wrong. So now, it says key press was 32, okay? Key press was 13, great. Now I want to show you something here, because I want to show you how this differs from key down and key press can be different. And depending on what you're doing, you might want to use one function versus the other. So right now, I'm going to press the down arrow, and I'm going to press the up arrow, and I'm going to press the right arrow and the left arrow. Well, you can see nothing happens. It doesn't recognize it. Key press is for character keys, not for the sort of non-character keys on your keyboard. So if you want to use character keys, then instead of using the if you want to use non-character keys like up, down, and that sort of thing, then don't use key press, use key down. And you'll see that I changed that. I'll leave it as key pressed, but just remember that we're talking about key down right now. Save work, show web page. The other stuff still works. You know, I can still do everything else. But now when I press key down, it changes it to arrow down changes it to 40, arrow up 38, arrow right 39, arrow left 37. So now if you wanted to use your arrow keys on the keyboard to move people around on a game or something like that, then you could. All right, now that's good to know. And we'll talk about how to use the key press to move people around in a second. But now we've done item 1 and item 2, adding key press. Oh, the other thing we want to do here was to make something different happen, right? So right now we have the event which. Now what we want to do is to use a simple if logic. If event which equals 32, then we want something to happen. Okay? So let's say that if the event press equals 32, we want to change the background color of the show info to, what do you want to do? Let's do turquoise. Okay, and if it's not 32, then we want it to be white. So that means even if we turn it turquoise by pressing the space bar, then we want to turn it back to white. All right, so now I'm typing things, but if I type this, it changes its color. All right, so that's just the logic that we're going to set up there, okay? So you can test that. Now that's item 1 and 2. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to track the movement of the mouse, okay? And what we're going to do here is we're going to use the mouse move event, but then we're going to find a property where basically the browser will tell us upon a mouse move, or actually if we send it an event like a mouse move or something like that, we can say where is the mouse right now on the page. Okay, so let's first set up our logic. We have this space down here called canvas, and I'm going to use this, and I'm going to say when you move your mouse over the canvas, I want something to happen. Mouse move. Okay, function. And I'm going to do this for a second just to show you. We've already done this, but for me it's been a while because I took a break over the holidays. So let's just make sure we're all on the same page here. And I say alert, your mouse is moving. Okay, so this is just when I move my mouse over the screen, this is going to happen, right? Okay, you see that happens. All right, great. Okay, still going to happen. It's going to keep happening until I get out of here. Oh boy, that might be a problem. Hold on. I set myself up into a little trap and got out of it. Okay, so there's that. So now what we want to do is we want for we want to show where the mouse is moving. So I have information that says show info, right? So I want to go show info, and I want to change what's there. And I'm going to do my HTML, and I'm going to say, and this is where we're going to start talking about x-axis, y-axis, okay? So I'm going to say x-axis, which is the horizontal, and okay, I should make sure I show you what I'm going to do here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this the event, okay? So remember here we could send it parameters. So right now I'm moving the mouse, and then I have to tell it to receive the event, which is the mouse move. So I'm sending it the event, and now it's going to show me, I'm going to say show me event, right? This is where the mouse is, page X, okay? And that lets me know where on the page, from the top, x-axis is from the left to the right, how many pixels is it from the left side of the page? Event page X, okay? And then I'm going to say y-axis, which is vertical, which is how many pixels is it from the top of the page, okay? And that's event page, what do you think? Y, that's right. No, good there, that looks good to me. Okay, so now what's happening is, let's just go over here and see what happens. So now, as I'm moving, right here, I am 13 pixels from the left side of the page, and I'm 3 pixels from the top of the page. As I move over, I stay basically at 93, right, from the top, go a little up, a little down, but I'm now growing 130. So this is where you can track, and it will tell you where you are on the page. Now right now it kind of is misleading, as I said, because it's showing me from the top of the page up here, but it's only showing me, the numbers only change when I'm over this right here. And we'll just have to talk about that. They use a different property when you want to find the number of pixels that you are from this point as opposed to from the top of the page. We'll try to play around with that later. But all I really want you to do is realize that what we've done is we just said when you move your mouse over this div right here, canvas, run this function, send it the value, the event, which is the mouse move, right? That is the event that we are doing. And then change the value here and send it event page X, which is the number of pixels it is from this left side, and page Y, which is the number of pixels the mouse is from the top of the page, and return it, and then of course change the value. So every time I'm running the mouse move here, it's rerunning that function, sending it where the mouse is. Right now it's sending it this, 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 and then the jQuery is interpreting the mouse and telling you where it is relative on the page. Okay, so that's your assignment. Go to it.